How it's synonymous with Skegness and redcoats. Butlins has been aiming to provide affordable holidays for British families for decades, and it's now one of the leading supporters of a campaign urging the government to slash tourism taxes. Butlins is urging the Chancellor to cut VAT on accommodation and attractions from 20% to 5%, arguing that the rate discourages growth in the sector. And it says if the government were to do this, it could employ more than 100,000 people outside London, with 44% of those new jobs going to the under-30s. Tourism is Britain's sixth largest export, bringing in £24 billion annually, but it is the only one of the six which is subject to VAT. Well, with me now is Dermot King, Managing Director of Butlins. Dermot, thanks for joining us. Now, how's trading at the moment? Have you had a good summer?
Oh, summer has been fantastic. We were full for the summer. Holiday sales 7% up year on year. Overall sales up 5%. We were certainly helped by the good weather we had over the summer. But the new things we've brought into the brand, things like our new Tots break, have been really driving sales overall, and we've had another record year.
Right, so you've had a record year, so I'm bound to ask, why do you need this cut in VAT?
Because we could be so much better. And it's an issue that's really, really close to my heart, because I feel that the British tourist industry could be a much bigger driver to overall UK GDP. I think the Chancellor is right in his overall assessment that the economy is out of balance. Well, if you're looking for an industry that's going to help get the economy back into balance, you'd be looking for an industry that could drive exports, that could employ more people very quickly, specifically very young people. You're looking for an industry that can prove to be an industry that will not suck the growth out of other parts of the economy. And you're looking for an industry who can do that very quickly. And tourism ticks all those boxes, and I think that's why it's a key important that we could see it as an opportunity to help the Chancellor achieve its goals.
OK, now if I was a Treasury Mandarin sitting here, I'd no doubt be saying, well, that's all very well, but in the short term, there's a hit to the Treasury's revenues. You either have to raise taxes or raise borrowing to cover that.
Well, the hit, according to our numbers, the hit to the Treasury in year one is something like £800 million. But we get our money back within 3 years. I don't know what other options are on the table that could give the economy and the Chancellor a much better return than that. But certainly if you're offered from a business perspective an investment opportunity of £800 million where you get your money back in 3 years, and then you can continue to drive £4 billion to the economy over the remaining 10 years and generate 100,000 jobs in the meantime, I think it's an easy option.
How do we compare then in the UK with the international picture? How is tourism taxed across the EU?
Tourism is one of the industries that under EU law is allowed to have a lower rate of VAT, and 23 out of 26 countries take advantage of that. So, for example, if you go to Spain, Italy, France, you're all taxed at 10%. If you go to Germany, even Germany, you're taxed at 7%, Ireland 9%, but if you stay at home, 20%. And it's that element of unfair disadvantage that the industry has, and it's a very highly competitive industry. And I think when you get to the stage where it costs you twice as much in tax to stay at a hotel in Clacton than it does to stay in a hotel in Barcelona, you know, you've got to ask yourself, is that fair? And are we helping seaside towns and market towns in that scenario?
OK, Dermot King from Butlins. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.